Hey there, so here's how I balance bodybuilding and business. So I lost about 60 pounds in 2022. That's the before and that's the after. My biceps are a little bit bigger now. But I started my business in 2022 as well, and there's a lot of similarities between bodybuilding and business that I've seen. So in business, I've seen that like you have to find an offer that resonates with your market, right? Because you can't sell something that no one wants. So it's all about other people. But then with bodybuilding, it's something about that works for you. It doesn't really matter about what anyone else is doing, right? Because if it works for you, it works for you. So let's say you're doing like 5 sets per workout for like shoulders or something, and they're growing, and someone else has to do 10 sets, and then they have to do 10 sets. You have to do five for the same amount of work. Okay, that's it. I mean, you just have to find something that works for you. It doesn't really matter like if someone else is doing less than you and getting more results. Like that doesn't exactly matter. If they're doing more and getting, if they're doing less and getting more results than you, then like why does that matter? Because it really matters what you put in and what you get out. But then with business, you have to find something that resonates with your market, and it's completely about the other person. So it doesn't matter about what you want whatsoever. It just matters about what the audience actually wants. Sometimes you can have it align, but it mainly matters about like what you can provide to the market, because the market is what matters. In business, you have to service clients and make sure that the product is amazing, right? Which in bodybuilding, you don't have to like make sure that the product is amazing, because the product's gonna be amazing like no matter what, if you just do the right things every single day. But with business, if you do the right things every single day, you won't get the end result that you want. You won't get the product that you want. You won't get the amount of clients you want. You won't get the amount of money that you want. You have to do changes. You have to analyze everything very deeply, analyze all the data. With bodybuilding, here's a program, stick to it, and you'll get results. I wish it could be like that with business, but that's not how it is. But that's the thing. So business is a little bit harder, and for some people, bodybuilding is a little bit harder. So it just balances out like that. But both have grueling work. Both take a lot of work either way. I also noticed that like for both, you have to synthesize new information to advance yourself, right? With business, you always have to surround yourself with books, courses, new materials to actually learn how to get ahead. But with bodybuilding, you also have to learn about that, because there's new studies coming out like, hypertrophy is greater, or like building muscle is better in a stretch position. So if I'm like doing an exercise with my chest, it brings me from here to here, then it's a lot. I'll get more muscle if I actually do it from here to here only, where the muscle is actually stretched and under load. And with business, like synthesizing new information through like new softwares, like hey, there's a new like instantly feature that helps you get more replies from cold email or something like that, right? There's always like new information to advance yourself. A lot of it is tactical, but the thing is, there always is that baseline, and that's for both, right? The baseline is for both, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But there's mental pain with business, but there's mainly physical pain with bodybuilding. And failures aren't always seen as growth with business, because I actually have no idea why. But whenever you fail, it's not like, I mean, you just move on still, but like it's not really seen as growth. It's seen as like a setback, right? But with bodybuilding, you need to get to failure. If you're not failing, you're not growing at all. Because if your muscle is not like failing, that means there's not like enough micro tears in the muscle, and it won't actually grow. And in business, you can actually hire off your weaknesses, but in bodybuilding, you have to develop your weaknesses and maintain strengths. So if you have like a big enough size, right, and let's say your shoulders are pretty wide, but let's say your calves are not like as big as you want, and it makes your legs look weird, then you're gonna have to put your shoulders on the back burner. You're gonna have to do less work on your shoulders, just to make sure that it doesn't actually shrink, and then you have to focus a lot more on your calves. And another thing with business, you have to force a result, or you can get luck on your side. But then with bodybuilding, there's no luck, just force a result through work, right? And both of them, the most painful task normally gets you the best results. So again, that's just failure here with bodybuilding, going to failure on all sets. And with business, it's mainly like cold calling, right? Things like that. This is working on your offer, working on the product, the things that you don't want to do, right? In most cases it's outreach, but like if it's automated, then you have a lot more time to do whatever else that actually moves the business forward, right? But both of them require patience in any way. So the main thing that I take away is that like for what's necessary for both to succeed, it's like the main principle that you should take away, right? So if it's common, then it's an underlying principle. So both of them, grueling work, synthesize new information to advance yourself. The most painful task can only get you the best results, and patience. So what does that look like? Grueling work. So that equals, or I'll put it like this. So have a plan to do the work, and how much per day. Synthesize new information. Surround yourself with high quality information every day to make the best decisions. And the most painful task can only get you the best results, so just eat the frog. That's the title of a book, but eat the frog, do the hard work, right? The hard work. Because if I can cold call and I can do 70 cold calls and get like anywhere from 2 to 3 meetings, right? Then you can send 70 DMs and maybe get like 5 of them to be read. So in the end of the day, we have the same amount of time to do outreach, then who wins, right? And the last thing is patience. So like, I guess don't expect a result today. Expect the fruits to come in years. So if you think about everything in years, then you're going to succeed, because Amazon, they didn't really think about like, okay, how can we get more customers today? How can we get them to buy a little bit more? Should we add an upsell in the add to cart feature, right? Should we do this? Should we do that? It's mainly just, okay, so how do we get delivery faster? How do we make sure that they don't have to put in their credit card information every single time when they want to buy, and they don't have to put that PIN code from their bank just verifying the purchase? How do we decrease prices, therefore increasing value? How do we make sure that people actually know that this is the right choice to buy something, to make sure that like this product is exactly what they want? So they focus on everything, and they got the bottom to zero. So that's part of the $100 million offers book, right? They got the delivery speed really fast, and they also got the effort to actually buy something like really low on the phones. If you have the app, you have your credit card linked, then all you have to do is click something, add to cart. So let's say you get recommended something, 1 click to click it, 1 click to add to cart, 2 clicks, click on the add to click on the cart, 3 clicks, and then slide that little green slider over. So 4 clicks to buy something. And that is very little effort. Where if you had to buy something from like some random e-commerce store, then you have to scroll on Facebook, right? And you're clicking on the ad. So you click on the ad, 1, right? You click a couple of buttons on like the website, try to find a product that you like. So let's just say like 4 clicks total. You find a product you like, so 5 clicks, right? You scroll a little bit, you click on the add to cart, 6. Once you then click on the actual cart, after that you click on all of the buttons to put in your shipping information. That's like 15 clicks, 20 clicks. You go ahead and put in your credit card information, 25 clicks you can say. Then you have to go ahead and go to your email or grab your phone and get the text message from your bank verifying the purchase. So that's like 30 clicks to actually buy something, right? So if you focus on the year-long results, then obviously you're gonna get a lot more results, right? And these are like the values that you can take away, these 4 couple of things, and this is like the way you are. So when your values become something that like the way that you are, then you're gonna succeed. Because when I had to lose all that weight, I just incorporated eating less, working out more, and also eating once per day, and also 0 sugar into my diet. and eventually I just made that like who I am. That those are my values. So that's just the way I am. So you know how some people, they don't like the taste of let's say noodles, so they won't eat it, right? Some people don't like the taste of let's say like an apple, so they don't eat it, right? And some people don't like the taste of I guess you can say like chips or something, they don't eat it, right? For me, it's just like anything with sugar or most processed foods. I don't like the taste of it, so I just don't eat it. It's just my value, right? So it's the same thing with the business and like everything else with life, right? So if you just have these as your core values, it just becomes who you are. And if you have these four things, grueling work. So if you have to do a lot of work to get to where you are, then eventually that just becomes who you are. I do a lot of work. If you synthesize new information to advance yourself, then that becomes who you are. I get all the facts. I make a decision after that, and I make the best decision possible. And then do the painful tasks, then that just becomes who you are. This is easy, that's probably not going to get me the best results. This is hard, okay, let's do that. Patience, again, another value. So if you can just make success the way that you are, you can become unstoppable, right? So I've noticed that the smallest things and how you do them, they'll become the little key, and I guess the step that you need to actually do the major things in life and the discipline, right? So if you can't get the small win, the big win is impossible, because you're gonna fail of another small obstacle along the way to the big win. If you consistently get the small wins, then the big win is easy, because the small things that you would have failed on before, if you didn't get the small wins, you just you're done. That's it. This is your value to go over them. This is who you are, to just not be phased by them, right? Now, this is a business channel, so you do have to put a call to action, but if you're interested in my automation to send 200 to 300 messages on, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, SMS, voicemails, and WhatsApp, then just click to the Facebook group in the link below. I drop all the value in there, and it's completely free.